this is the saddest story, full of pain and hurt, because of all the names and phrases of this mortal world. There is only one that I hate more than any other, and this most disgusting term is the one of mother. Maybe this is the saddest story, full of pain and hurt, because of all the names and phrases of this mortal world. There is only one that I fear more than any other, and this most terrifying term is the one of mother. Perhaps this is the saddest story, full of pain and hurt, because of all the names and phrases of this mortal world. There is only one that I hate more than any other, and this most disgusting term is the one of mother. Let me tell you about the beauty of the tomb. The stained glass, all violet, enhancing the gloom. Dark flowers, all withered, fragile and old. Yet the perfume still lingers, like a secret untold, like a dream or a memory that floats in this vault, waiting for the moment it shall be recalled. unknown disease. Its symptoms are madness, caused by the music in his head, sung by an endless choir, called the voices of the dead. For silence, for the absence of sound that will lead him the hidden path below the ground, where he shall discover through terror and through fear, behind black iron doors, something is sleeping here, a little dead baby. A young boy lies kept, so fragile and frightened, crippled and sad. Tower. It was love that has brought me here. There are no numbers but 1 and 11, and an uncertain feeling of the presence of 3. Everything My beauty's too disgusting. Oh, please don't look at me. He's dressed in the monster's skin. Behold the cruelest mockery. Erection fur and a cloak of shame. His beauty's too disgusting. Please don't look at him. With brick by brick and fear by fear. Oh, everything's inverted here. These walls have eyes, these walls have ears. And there's no hiding from the tears. Like Kronos, I rigidly serve an illusion. I attempted to unman Uranus last night, swallowing handfuls of my prophetic children in terror, fearing the passing of time. The sacred language of denial and fear, seemingly gentle for its absence of voices, but it's merely a shroud for a deafening scream. Satan, come. Devour me. Safe in your darkness. I long to sleep. I'll make my heart a sword of steel. I will not doubt. Will never feel. All petrified. I shall not fear. Though petrified, I'm breathing fear. Oh, Satan, come. Devour me. Safe in your darkness. All shall be sealed. me slow, and as I close my eyes in sadness, 1,000 seasons come and go. Enough to cover all, and also cruel enough to reveal but all the wounds and scars he carries. Neither force nor kiss can ever heal.
Time is nothing, nothing, nothing. Spitefully turns away and laughs, leaves you heartbroken and in defiance. It's only added another scar. Time heals nothing, nothing, nothing. Spitefully turns away and laughs, leaves you heartbroken and in defiance. It's only added another scar.
Call it blind how he's writhing, counting our centuries. The pain it glows and grows and tides are able to vanish, unwilling to cease. Time heals nothing, nothing pushes till we're diving into different flesh. Time heals nothing, nothing, petrified within some unbelievable shame. Time's fingers claw, I'm losing hold. They say there is no hope for you on earth. Time either still or maybe rushing. In any case, it will always turn out worse. Time's fleeting, time stands still. It stops for no one, and you are trapped within. But I do dream of the light. You're only falling back to the left-hand side. How I wish that I was dead and rest in final peace. But even the luxury of death can't cure the wounds that time cannot heal. ich noch keine 7. Doch heute bin ich schon 1000 Jahre und scheint mein Leib auch gleich geblieben. Ist meine Seele doch dem Tod so nah, wo vormals bunte Blumen waren, wetteifernd in Wuchs und Farbenpracht, hat meine Welt ihr Licht verloren und geht zugrund in ewiger Nacht. Nach Sinn und bettelnd und still lieg angstvoll träumend im Dunkeln ich wach, mit der Scham sich verbündend, lähmt Schuld meinen Willen und alsbald werd ich selbst zum Sterben zu schwach. Dies gleicht der Verdammnis, dem ewigen Leid, wenn alles nur schmerzvoll und elend erscheint. Dies gleicht der Verdammnis, dem ewigen Leid, wenn alles nur mehr schmerzvoll und elend erscheint. darkness make me whole. soundly asleep. They'll be waiting for the time of their delivery. And exactly that's the irony. Something that he had never thought to yield, as something further lies concealed.
was part of a lonely isle, or merely some coastal region. A landing stage of rotten planks stretched carefully into the waves. And for one moment I did wonder what frightening purpose it might serve.
How heavy roaring, endless seas, what secrets does this raging tomb have? Ancient memories of hungry ghosts gathered all their strength to carve on its stone. Deep-seated gardens, almost a labyrinth, walled in by ruins and rocks ivy-clad. Perhaps this strange place had once been a palace, but now violet bushes bear dark thorns instead. A young boy was taking me by the hand, and unerringly he was leading me down below the gardens, which I hardly remembered. The moment I took the first step underground, we came to a room with only small windows, and to my surprise, I could somehow still hear the reduced to a murmur, now childlike and humming, the one savage voice of the roaring sea. Something resembling an altar was built there, a secret overshadowed structure and use. Underneath in inanimate self-contemplation lay jet black mass of coal-like granules. Yet this dark material had an unearthly lightness, and when I touched it to feel what it was, it did seem to totally ignore my presence without leaving a trace. It came trickling off, then out of a sudden from under the barrel something appeared unexpectedly. It was the bones of the little boy's mother, which she had placed with greatest care underneath. The boy has built a
There must have been something in my look, 'cause the little boy started to speak. And to my unvoiced question why he had done this, he answered these words to me. This is the only way I can be safe from her. Only this can guarantee that she will not rise again. Because when she does, she's always following me. There's just no alternative. I cannot escape from her, because as soon as I try, she will get up again, merely to haunt me. Oh, believe me, I have tried numerous times. But here in these walls, I have finally found something that works like a seal. These jet-black granules do keep me from harm, and her bones can no longer hurt me. Piled up in a certain specific form, all the remains must be covered with it. Then everything keeps still, and for a brief moment I can pretend that she does not exist. Yet all the time I must be on my guard, 'cause now and then it can happen indeed, that frequently the earth does tremble and shaken, and some of the stones are starting to slip. So constantly I have to control the barrow, the jet-black darkness of the coal-like mass, in order to be there, to repair the damage, to pile all back safely, and to replace. all kinds endeavor to slay the dragon. Hurt yourselves when you try. Yes, this monster's immortal, and your fight is in vain. It only will last forever. Some monsters cannot be slain. Yet he must get me right. There's no choice for the child. There's no choice for the child, no choice. Its intentions are good. Its intentions are good. And always upright. Tell me, why do you frown? Why do you frown? Why do you frown? Do you bear questions or doubt? Have you not recognized that the dragon and the child are in fact more than kin? They represent the same thing, and all the characters that you will see or sing are merely part of the dreamer, and therefore the dream.